Okay, let's do this. Okay, hello Bookish friends. Today I am here with a monthly book haul, which I know on my last one I said I wasn't gonna do this, but you know, shit happens. And I bought a lot of books this month. Let's see how many I bought actually. Let me count them. 23! Oh my god, I bought 23 books this month. Great. Here I am saying, oh, I'm not gonna buy over 20 books each month. Like, I'm not gonna do it. And then I upped last month's numbers by 3 books, so. Whoops, whatever. But today I have a mixture of things. A lot of different genres, a lot of different places. I bought one book from the dollar store. My book of the month. I went to my first ever half-price books in Dallas, Texas, and then some other random Barnes & Noble finds. So, without further ado, let's get into this. But before we get into this ginormous book haul, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. Like this video, and let me know how many books you bought in the month of May in the comments below. So, let's get into this ginormous book haul. Oh boy, what did I do? The first book I bought was actually at the dollar store. I was in there getting something for my sister's bridal shower that happened in the month of May, and I saw like a little book section and I saw this book and I was like, I mean, for $1.25, what the hell? So this is Every Bone a Prayer by Ashley Blooms. I don't really know what this is about, but it seems like this young girl on the cover, Misty, lives in the Appalachian Mountains and she knows her home is different. She doesn't really have any experience with anybody in the public. She's kind of isolated at her home in the mountains. I don't know, it seems kind of spooky because it says something about strange objects that start appearing outside their trailer. The grown-ups mutter about sins and punishment, but that doesn't scare Misty, blah blah blah. This is the story of one tough-as-nail girl whose choices are few, but whose fight is boundless as her coping becomes a battle cry for everyone around her. So, for $1.25, what the hell? But it sounds good. I don't know if it actually is, but I think I looked it up on Goodreads when I was there, and it got like over a 4-star, so who knows. Next, we'll do Book of the Month because I love my Book of the Month subscription. I got 2 books this month, and I'm so excited, especially for this one. This is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. I read his other book, No Exit, and absolutely love that. I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 stars. Like, he just has a way of like making the entire story so like gripping, and like his plot twists are just wild. Like, they blow my mind. And the thing I liked about No Exit is there was literally no boring moments. Like, it was just thrills the entire time from start to finish. So I'm hoping this one is going to be the same. Let's see what this is about. After posting a negative book review, a woman living in a remote location begins to wonder if the author is a little touchy or very, very dangerous in this pulse-pounding novel of psychological suspense and terror from the critically acclaimed author of No Exit and Hairpin Bridge. So it's, I think person gives a negative review and then shit just goes wrong. So we love that. That's one book. The other book I got, I don't think it's ever gonna live up to the expectations of Evelyn Hugo, but seems like those kind of vibes, and that is Did You Hear About Kitty Carr? And this is a multi-generational saga that traverses the glamour of old Hollywood in the seductive draw of modern day showbiz. So kind of giving me Evelyn Hugo vibes. And this is by Crystal Smith Paul. Honestly, I don't know if anything is ever going to be as good as Evelyn Hugo, but I'm willing to see if this one were this lives up to it. So excited to read this. Also love this cover. Love it. So these are the 2 books I got from Book of the Month for May. This is going to be the biggest part of the haul because I went bonkers. My husband and I were in Dallas in the very first week of May. I was there for a work trip, and then he ended up meeting me halfway through. He did some work there, and then we just explored the area, and I went to my first ever half-price books. And if you don't know what half-price books is, it's like Barnes & Noble, but half the price. Like, they had new releases, they had old books that have been on my TBR that I've always wanted to read. But they have so much stuff. They have used books. Some of them are newer, and like you would never know it's from a used bookstore, but I got 2 new releases that came out in the beginning of May or end of April for half the price. So couldn't go wrong there. Let's go over this ginormous stack of books that I have that I got from Half Price Books in Dallas. The first book I went there looking for was Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. This is a small town sweetheart and an emotionally unavailable bad boy trying to find some common ground in a chemistry-filled romance. So, I love this cover. I've never read anything from Sarah Adams before, but I heard that she's like amazing, so I can't wait to read this. But like, this is a brand new release book that doesn't look like it had anywhere. I mean, this one wasn't half price, but it was pretty damn close. Instead of it being $17, it was $13, so that's a steal if you ask me. The other new release that I got that I actually just started reading last night is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and yes, it has the sprayed edges. I think I got this one, so this one was originally $29.99. I got it for $23.99, which it's like $6 cheaper, but hey, $6 is $6. But I'm sure everybody knows what this is about. It's kind of Hunger Games vibes, a lot to do with dragons, going into a different quadrant and kind of picking your life. And yeah, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I'm sure you already know about this. But I did start this last night and I'm 2 chapters in and I'm already loving it. So this was a good pick. I'm going to go through the rest of these books pretty quickly because with all of them, I don't really know what any of them are about. Like literally none whatsoever. So next is When Life Gives You Lululemons by Lauren Weisberger. This just seems like rich mom drama and honestly I'm here for it. Like I love this cover. So this one I think is originally $17. I got this for $8.99. Oh my god, this book is $22? What the hell? Since when did hard soft covers become freaking $22? But this was $22. I got it for $8.99. As you can tell, maybe, it is in like used condition, but honestly this doesn't bother me at all when I spent more than half the price. So I got this one. I don't even think I read the description of this. I read the title and I was like, yep, sounds good. This is The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman. Literally no idea what this is about. The single mother has her life the way she wants it, a job in a bookstore, a trivia team, and a cat. Dad dies, leaving behind a lot of brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, and Nina is kind of an introvert, as we would say, and doesn't like to go out and like do things with new people, so she has to... Actually, I think the thing that I liked about this is that Nina, the main character, is an introvert and doesn't like going out but likes staying home reading, so I can relate, even though I do like to be social, but got that. This is a book I've had my eye on for a while. When I saw it there for $7.49 instead of $15, I got it. This is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. I'm definitely butchering that, but it's a murder mystery, family saga, love story, and financial intrigue into a complex and atmospheric novel. My dad read this and said that he really liked it, so excited to read this. $7.49, so can't beat that price. Next, I got Last Girl Ghosted by Lisa Unger. This one was originally $17.99. I got it for $8.99. The only reason I got this is because I just listened to the audio, not just, but I listened to the audiobook of Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 by Lisa Unger. And I liked it, but I want to read something better from her. So I looked up a couple of the different books that they had on Goodreads when I was there. And it seems like this one got the highest rating, so excited to read this. I don't understand why they put stickers on the front of books. Like, why can't you put it on the back or the inside cover? Like, why is it gotta be on the front? That irks me. Next, this is also a new release. This is Dirty Laundry by Disha Bose. Literally no idea what this is about, but I saw it and I was like, oh, I hear all my book friends talk about this, so I want it. It says, she was the perfect wife with the perfect life. You would kill to have it. So it seems like perfect life, perfect wife, everything, and really nothing is perfect as it seems on the outside, so we're gonna get this girl's dirty laundry and all of her drama. Next book, I literally picked this book up when I was walking out. I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I love this author and I've been wanting to read more of her books, so I saw this and got it. That is The Age of Witches by Louisa Morgan. I read, it's called The Great Witch of Brittany by this author and loved it. Like, I love witchy stories and it's kind of like contemporary fiction where nothing really, no major things happen and you're kind of just following the day-to-day. But this one was originally $28 and I got it for $9.99. That's pretty good. This is a pretty thick boy. But this says, a magical tale of family ambition and love set in a gilded age in New York and London. So I love this author's writing, so I cannot wait to read this one. And the last book I got at Half Price Books was Things You Should Save in a Fire by Catherine Stenner. This one was originally $26.99. I got it for $12.99. The reason I picked this up is because I was very kindly gifted the early copy of Hello Stranger by Catherine Center and loved it. So I saw a bunch of her books and was like, oh my God, I want to read more from her. So I picked this one up. This is a new novel about courage, hope, and learning to love against all odds. I think this girl is a firefighter in Texas. And she's from Texas and then gets moved to a old school Boston firehouse and has to learn to like deal with all of being the newbie and whatnot. And I'm sure there's some sort of love in here and romance. So excited to get this and read that. So those are the 9 books I got from Half Price Books. Let's go to, if I can grab it. I was in Westbury, Long Island, New York for work. God damn it, I never plug in this fucking microphone. Sorry if the audio sucks for that, but I'm not refilming it. Sorry about that audio. I literally never plug in my microphone, so great. Anyways, I was in Long Island in the middle of May for work, and I love the Barnes & Noble that they have there, so obviously I had to go. And it was on a Wednesday, so there was a couple new releases out that I wanted. I mean, I only got one new release, and that new release is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. This is about best-selling sensation Juniper Song is not who she says she is. She didn't write the book she claims she wrote, and she is most certainly not Asian American. So this is about like the griminess that happens in the publishing industry, and I think this one author, there's 2 different authors, one who is not experiencing much fame but is a really good author, and then there's this other person who must be Juniper, who isn't the best writer but steals this other author's work and then becomes wildly famous for it. So I'm so excited to read this. I might try to listen to the audiobook because clearly I have a lot of books that I need to read. Next, I picked this up. This is The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. I've read the spice in this is unreal, and I am so down for some romances this summer, so I'm excited for this. And it says, a woman discovers the father of the child she is nannying may be her biggest only fan in the steamy contemporary romance. So I'm pretty sure this nanny does her business on OnlyFans and then is babysitting for this guy's son or daughter, and they probably fall in love and have a lot of hot sex. So I'm excited for this one. I am totally entering, which this next book haul will prove it, or this next book stack will prove it. I am entering into a fantasy era. Like, I am obsessed with fantasy right now. I'm reading Fourth Wing, and then I want to read this too. This is the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. All of the people that I watch on BookTube and Book talk about this book. I have no idea what it's about. This is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with the Great Red Rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots in the sun. It starts with death, with a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal and long dormant wounds rising up faster. This is the stillness. It's some sort of fantasy sci-fi book, so I'm so excited to start this. This is a thick boy too, so hopefully I can read this pretty quickly. I've heard this is amazing, so I can't wait. My last stack here is from Barnes & Noble. So today is the 31st, May 31st, and yesterday I was out doing some work and saw Barnes & Noble was nearby, so naturally I had to go and check it out. Yesterday was also Tuesday, so I figured there would be some new releases, but nothing caught my eye, so I didn't get any new releases. But I'm very excited about what I did get. I love the Inheritance Game series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Like, love it so much. Like, that's probably one of my favorite book series ever. And I know she has other book series that she obviously wrote, and I've just never seen them in person. So when I saw this book series, this is her Naturals book, the Naturals book series, and these are all the new covers. So when I saw that they had all 4 books in stock, I was like, I don't fucking care, I'm buying them all. So first is the Naturals, Killer Instinct. Whoa! The 3rd book is All In, and the last book is Bad Blood. Basically, this series, if I'm to guess, is about 17-year-old Cassie Hobbs is a natural at reading people, piecing together the tiniest details. She can tell you who you are and what you want, but it's not a skill that she's ever taken seriously. It is until the FBI comes knocking. They've begun a classified program that uses exceptional teenagers to crack infamous cold cases, and they need Cassie. So it's basically, I think it's about a bunch of teens that have magical abilities, or just, I wouldn't even say magical abilities, but like enhanced abilities than what a normal human has, and they use it to do God knows what. But I love this series, and these are the new covers, so I may film a reading vlog with these and just reading this series, because when I read the Inheritance Game series, I legitimately did not read anything else until I was done with that. I read all 3 books on a weekend because they were that good. So that same Barnes & Noble, I was kind of in like southeast of Poughkeepsie, no, Newburgh yesterday. So that, I got those at that first, I went to 2 Barnes & Noble yesterday. So I got those, and then this, I think this is Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. This is the Expanse series. I always hear Peruse Project on YouTube talking about this series. And let me tell you, this is a big book. So this right here is a normal paperback. Do you see the size difference? This is a huge book, and I'm pretty sure it's like 561 pages. Fantastic. But this is kind of like a science fictional space opera series. Don't really know much about it, but I know it takes place in space, and it's kind of like soap opera, or space opera I should say, sorry. But I don't know. Peruse Project on here on YouTube talks about this series all the time and always says how it's one of her favorites. And I figured since I'm entering my fantasy science fiction era, I should probably read some of her favorites, because if anybody knows fantasy and sci-fi, it's her. Speaking of Peruse Project, she also encouraged me to get this book. This is The Bone Orchard by Sarah A. Muller. This seems really freaking spooky, and Peruse Project also loves this book and like says it's one of her favorites. It seems like there's a house kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's a garden where the trees are made of bones. People work there. Somebody gets offered a deal that they don't know if they can pass up. And I don't know. This sounds pretty damn good. And I love this cover. It's so beautiful. But I'm excited to read this one. And the last book I got, actually I got 2 more books. I saw this on one of the the fantasy tables, and this was buy one get one half off, so I read the thing really quickly, and it was like a short book, so I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll try it. This is Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reed. I honestly don't really know anything about this. A young witch seeks to discover her identity and escape the domination of her ruthless wizard father. So, witches, wizard, all that fun stuff. And then lastly, I'm pretty sure I've heard Peruse Project also talk about this book. When I tell you guys that I look to her for fantasy and sci-fi recommendations only, I mean it. Like, she's the only one I listen to. But I got One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I have no idea if that's how you pronounce that. But it says, a maiden must unleash the monster within to save her kingdom in the dark. And it's a lush gothic fantasy debut. So, seems spooky. Elsbeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. Dun dun dun. This is a pretty thick book too. We'll see. But let me flip you around here. Don't mind my reading room. It's an absolute mess. These are all the books I have bought in the month of May. It's really extra, I know. 23 books when I told myself I didn't want to continue to do this, but you know what? It is what it is. She hold all these up. Oh my lord. I want to try to get a cute thumbnail. So that concludes this month's book haul. As I said in my last one, I don't know if I'm going to continue to buy this many books each month. I hope I don't. I'm thinking the month of June and July, I'm going to really slow down because I want to go on vacations and whatnot. And I just don't want to continue to keep buying books, but I say that now and I probably will. So you might see me back in July with another 20+ book haul. I don't feel that bad about buying all these books because I am in the process of redoing my reading room. Not redoing it, but I'm getting new shelves and I'm kind of DIYing them. So I'm gonna have some space for all these books instead of just having them sit right here where they normally do. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure to like, leave a comment with how many books you bought in the month of May. Subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so you always are notified when I upload a video. And make sure to check me out on my other social medias. Lexi's Reading Everywhere. But yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!